Hey, how's everybody doing this evening? Hope everybody's doing great. Um, I know Stevens Transport catches a lot of flack, just like Swift and some of these other little outfits do, or big outfits, I should say. But I can't speak on everybody else in the industry and why they mess with Stevens, but I can tell you my beef with them. I did start there. I wish I would have gone about it a whole different way, but I did start there. I worked there for 4 years. I did both company driver, and I was new to the industry and fell right into their lease. Bull crap. But I'm gonna jump right into my beef with Stevens Transport and why I dislike them so much. Well, they're a puppy mill for truck drivers, number one. If you think about it, they hire what, 50, 60 people a week. They run at any given time between 2,000 and 3,000 trucks. You figure it up, they're hiring more people a year than they have trucks. That right there tells you they don't care. They run so many drivers through that they know they can treat these drivers however they want, and it doesn't matter because they got 2 or 3 guys waiting to have your spot. They don't really care. They might try to pretend like they want to keep you and all that, but when it all boils down to it, they got to keep you rolling through, man. They need you out of that truck. They need somebody else in that truck. Especially once you get your school paid off and all that, they really don't want you there after that, unless you're going to train. If you're going to train, they give you a little bit more. But my other beef with Stevens is they don't pay very well. They pay really poorly. One of, if not the lowest paying trucking company in the industry. And they manipulate. They get them classes and they drill things in people's minds that are not true about the industry, that just fits their narrative. They manipulate the hell out of drivers. They got drivers thinking things that are nowhere near true or factual within the industry. They're only factual within Stevens Transport's policies. And that is one of the reasons you'll hear a lot of truck drivers say that's not a real trucking company. Because in a lot of ways, to us, we don't see that as a real trucking company. I've been driving a long time. When I see a Stevens driver, I just see another fool. That's what I see when I see a Stevens driver, because no one with any sense would still be there. I've had friends go to work for Swift, and even those guys make more money than Stevens pays, and that's dry box. Refrigerated should pay more. I know guys have gone to work for Prime, and Prime don't treat their drivers very well. I personally never worked there, but from what I've heard, they don't treat their drivers all that well. But they pay more. They pay more than Stevens does. But yet people keep drawing into Stevens, and I think it's for a couple of reasons. One, they don't do any research, or they're easy to get on with because they'll hire literally anybody. If you got 2 eyes and you can hear somebody whisper from across the room, you got a job. They don't even care if you can add and subtract. As a matter of fact, they'd rather you not be able to do math, because then you won't realize how bad they're messing you around. Their lease is a joke. It is a joke. It is. You don't even get 100% of the fuel surcharge. You just get a part of it. You don't know whether you're getting the full fuel discount that they get, which I doubt. I doubt it. And one of the reasons I doubt it is because a lot of these other companies, you can get fuel for 99 cents a gallon if you're leasing with them. And I'm not a big supporter of leases at all. I think they mess drivers' lives up. Their taxes get behind. A lot of things get behind. And they just end up screwing themselves financially in the long run a lot worse off than what they were before they ever even got in the industry. Stevens pushes that lease program. They got drivers that are dumb enough to push it because they think they're making money that they're not really making. I tracked my finances with them, and at the end of the year, my statements when I leased would show that I made more money than I actually made. That was a common problem with Stevens. Obviously, it's a benefit on their part. They're paying less taxes. because they claim they paid you more than what they really paid you. You're paying more taxes because, well, they claim they paid you more than what they really paid you. That's my other problem with Stevens Transport. Safety department is a joke. It's a lot of smoke and mirrors. It's a lot of con games. It's a high-class version of a street magician trying to take your money. I mean, that's all Stevens Transport is. It's a joke. So a lot of us drivers that have been out there a while, when we see a Stevens driver, that's exactly what we think. We think fool. Especially when we see one that's been there for a long time. We run into them. Well, man, how long you been over there? Because they just started. They only been there 4 or 5 months. We understand that. They'll get their bearings and they'll move on to another company. Probably before a year's up, they're usually gone. But we run into them and they've been there 6 years, 8 years, 18 years, 20 years. It's like, what drugs are you on? Well, what kind of crap are you, you can even train at other companies and make more than that. I trained at Crete Carriers. I made 3 times the money I made training at Stevens. Sad part is, solo at Crete Carriers, I made as much money as I did at Stevens as a trainer. Solo at Tyson Foods, I made as much money as I did at Stevens Transport as a trainer. That's crazy. You can go to another company and make more money, as much or more money as a solo driver. I don't know what trainers are making at Tyson. They do have trainers. I'm sure they made real good money. But I know as a trainer at Crete, I was making at least 3 times what I was making at Stevens as a trainer. Very piss poor company. Very, very, very piss poor company. A lot of people that I do meet that do stay there because they get their accident record run up. Stevens is very good at wording things on your DAC report to make it look horrible. I mean, absolutely horrible. They will do everything they can to make it impossible, try to make it impossible for you to move around in the industry. How they've managed without being sued, I have no idea, because they do a lot of really borderline shady crap. You're not meant to make money there. You're not meant to survive there. They really don't care if you stay there, to be honest with you. That's my beef with Stevens Transport. Really crooked company. It's great, very manipulative. They'll lie to you. A lot of the crap they tell you ain't even true. That's why I can always tell when a Stevens driver chimes in on a post on Facebook or social media, because they'll pop off with some crap they heard in one of those classes, and it's straight BS. I mean, none of it true. None about it true. This is what they were told at Stevens. Oh, if you do that, you're going to go to jail. Oh, you can't do that. Open a book. Do some research. Study for yourself. Go to work for a real trucking company. Get away from that puppy mill. And stop sending drivers to that puppy mill. Don't put them through the same crap. That company ruins more lives than helps lives. I guarantee it. But anyway, y'all have a blessed day. Take care. Happy New Year.